Hey guys, Lieutenant Curious here today. I am here with Season 3, Episode 16 of the Serenno Mini MOC Series. Now yes, this was the epic finale of Season 3 for the Serenno Mini MOC Series, and as you can tell, there are a lot of deaths that I have to get into and explain what exactly happened in this. In this episode, they were basically celebrating, which is why it's called the celebration, because they were letting Braz go, and supposedly they basically told Braz that he had to call his troops off and not attack, which obviously, as you can already tell, he did not do. Now, what I wanted to do with the slideshow, which I did, was I basically originally had this so they were sending him off, had a pretty landscape, as you saw at the beginning of the slideshow, and then I basically edited the whole MOC so it would basically show the terrorists attacking and many of the good characters getting killed, including the leader of the Mok Tan Rebels, who you can see bleeding out right in front of here, as we see here. So you guys can see there are a lot of explosions going on and a lot of blood and just lots of bad things going on because Braz simply did not call off his troops, and Dridge especially did not want to abandon attacking because he was very mad about many of his troops getting killed, including Prakor Bleundin, who was executed by Jeffon Greybodge. So yeah, this epic finale shows lots of deaths and some main characters, so it's quite sad, and some brutal deaths. So basically, let's get into that overhead shot. Alright, so as you guys can see, this mini MOC or episode is on a 48x48 base plate, which is a gray base plate. And as you can see, we have some tiling up here because this is kind of like the town square. We have a stud tile pathway on each side, and then also more tiling over there. And I did this cool technique with cheese slopes for some cool grass. And I also made some cool flowers back here, if you saw it at the beginning of the video, before they all got burned by all of the fire and explosions going on, which is what I really liked with editing this, is like this tree fell over, it got all burned. Lots of the terrain is all scarred with these black plates and fire pieces, and all the grass is dying. So it's kind of just sad and brutal. You can see the blood everywhere, especially this leader of the Mok Tan Rebels is bleeding out quite a bit. So yeah, that's about it for the overhead shot. Let's get right into that terrain. Alright, so as you can see, this terrain is quite scarred. It has a base color mainly of green. You can also see there's some dark green base color in here and some dark tan of a base color up here. I really like this little river in here, which is man-made. It has this little thing that shoots out the water, and I really like using these 1x1 clear plates. And then of course you can see this blood pouring into it, which is kind of cool doing. And then this tree that got burned and got knocked over the river has settled right on top of it. I really like that shot in this slideshow, if you guys remember that. Let me know what you thought of the slideshow, the MOC, the episode, all that, all the deaths. I will get into some of these important deaths in a little bit. You can see that a lot of this terrain is very scarred with these 1x1 black plates. So, besides that, some of the layered colors are olive green, medium dark flesh, sand green, reddish brown, dark green, dark brown, and I believe, also dark orange a little bit. But yeah, a lot of the normal Serenno colors. But yeah, besides that, I elevated this quite a bit to go up to where the town square is with these nice tiling design up here. And you can see a lot of that is kind of corrupted by these explosions here, here, and here. And lots of fire burning everywhere else. So yeah, let's get into what this battle is like, who's shooting who, who's killing who, all of that and such. So you can see right here is Dridge, who is holding a Clone Army Customs rocket launcher, and he also has his chain that he used to kill Sergeant Rash in the last episode while they're preparing to attack. He has that wrapped around him once again. He is actually shooting, who I will show you in a second, all the way up here. He was the one that caused this explosion with his rocket launcher. Jeffon Greybodge, who is one of the main kills. Jeffon ends up getting killed by this explosion because he basically is getting blown up by it, and it knocks him out and burns him. So that's one of the sad deaths there. As we get back here, we have, what is his name? Rout Angsent, who is an Ugnaught terrorist. I really like his backpack. He is shooting up in this direction at Spade up there, if you can see. And here's another terrorist who is currently shooting at this Rhodian Mok Tan Rebel up there and killing him. His name is Mok Tan Rebels, who was also introduced in the last episode. As we get over here by the burned tree, we have the famous Dwanvik Thenel, who is what I like to call the cyborg Umbaran, who has beheaded this random Mok Tan Rebel. And you can see how his blood is going right into the swampy river. And right up here, you can see how Braz has turned around after they were letting him go, grabbed a knife, and stabbed the famous Commander Trantos. And you can see Commander Trantos is bleeding quite a bit. And yes, he is going to die. So that is one of the main deaths of this episode. Very sad. So as we get up here more, as I will move this, once again you can see all the tiling up here and explosions, but we have this Mok Tan Rebel leader who is bleeding out quite a bit. And I just did a small little just architectural design here that I just did some greebling with on each side. Just really simple. I wanted to add something, so I did a little bit. And you can see how a lot of these like pieces of grass burned, and there's no flowers left, which is kind of sad and gloomy. And you can see there's a nice explosion here, and Spade has this nice Clone Army Customs DC-15A. He's firing away. Spade will survive this battle, as well as my personal favorite, Toonfern Ligram, who is another Mok Tan Rebel. He is shooting at Dwanvik. They both will survive this battle, but that is currently what is going on here. And Spade is currently unloading on Thillica Wakiir, and she will end up being killed, and you can see she is getting knocked back by the blaster bolt. So yeah, besides that, that's about it for this episode, this epic finale of the Serenno Mini MOC Series. Now we'll get to letting you guys go. Alright guys, that's about it for the Season 3 finale of the Serenno Mini MOC Series. Be sure to check out all my other videos, like my Mini MOCs, MOCs, and especially the Serenno Mini MOC Series if you liked what you saw in this episode. Season 4 will come back most likely in the fall, so I will take a little break of it and focus on mostly MOCs and Mini MOCs over the summer, and take a break of the Serenno Mini MOC Series. But yeah, be sure to check out my Instagram for daily behind the scenes updates on all of my builds. Be sure to leave a like on the video to help me out, and subscribe for some more awesome LEGO Star Wars content if you haven't yet. Thanks for watching guys, and I will see you next time.